Okay, let's just jump right in. We're about to unpack some of the most powerful, maybe even life-changing financial advice you will ever hear. This is all based on the brilliant insights from Morgan Housel, the author of The Psychology of Money. So get ready, because this could seriously change how you think about your finances, for good. So let me start by asking you a question. What do you think is the single biggest thing that holds people back financially? I mean, is it their job? How much they make? The economy? The real answer, it's probably not what you're thinking.
The answer, and this comes straight from Housel, is actually stunningly simple. It's not about being a genius, it's not about your IQ, it's ignorance. It's simply not knowing how money really works on a psychological level. And once you get that, the whole game changes from complex math problems to simple, powerful behaviors.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to dig into the psychology of money. Then, we'll break down the huge difference between being rich and being wealthy. After that, we'll talk about how to get off that dangerous comparison treadmill, reframe saving as buying your own freedom, and finally, we'll reveal why patience is basically your financial superpower.
All right, first up, the psychology of money. This is the absolute core of everything. Financial success isn't about what you know. It's all about how you behave. It's not a test of how smart you are. It's a test of your character, your discipline.
I mean, this is such an empowering idea, isn't it? What Housel is saying is that financial freedom isn't some exclusive club. It's accessible to every single one of us, no matter where you came from or what school you went to. You don't need a fancy degree, you just need to get a handle on your own behavior. And listen, we're not talking about some complex Wall Street level stuff here. Housel calls it a kindergarten list of topics. Seriously, focus on your own lane, save a little bit, live just a little below your means, invest that savings, and then just be patient. That's it. That's the foundation for everything.
Before we jump back in, I want you to think about something for a second. When you fill up your water bottle, whether it's from the tap, a fountain, wherever, do you ever wonder what's actually in there? Because here's the thing, millions of bacteria. That's what's in the average glass of water. Millions of tiny organisms just vibing in your drink. Now, a lot of them are harmless, but some? Not so much. And honestly, I don't love those odds. That's why the UV flask is pretty brilliant. It's got UVC sterilization built right into the cap. One tap, and it eliminates the harmful bacteria in your water, like legitimately sterilizes it. And it's not just about safety, it keeps your drinks perfectly hot or cold for hours, so you're getting function and peace of mind. If you want to actually feel good about what you're drinking, grab a UV flask. Go to Stuped, STUPEED.shop. We've got the link in the bio too. Stay hydrated, stay healthy, and maybe sleep a little better at night knowing your water's clean. All right, back to the show.
Okay, so this leads us right into our next big idea, the massive difference between being rich and being wealthy. We use these words like they mean the same thing, but honestly, they represent two completely different worlds.
Think of it like an iceberg. Being rich is the part you see above the water. It's the big paycheck, the fancy car, the designer clothes. It's all about visible spending. But real wealth? That's the enormous, invisible part of the iceberg under the surface. It's the assets you haven't spent, and that's what buys you real independence and control over your own time.
Exactly. So the key takeaway here is that wealth isn't about flexing for other people. It's about freedom. It's the money that's working for you quietly in the background, giving you options, giving you peace of mind, not just impressing the person next to you at a red light. And this brings us to what might be the biggest trap in modern life, the comparison treadmill. You know what I'm talking about. It's that endless, soul-crushing game of keeping up with the Joneses, a game that social media has put on steroids. This quote just hits the nail on the head. If every time you achieve something, you just raise your expectations, you never actually feel like you've won. You get a raise, and immediately you start looking at bigger houses. You get the house, and now your neighbor's new car looks pretty good. The goalpost just keeps moving, and you're always left feeling like you're not enough. This is such a profound concept. Real, lasting happiness isn't about constantly trying to upgrade your reality, your income, your stuff. It's about managing the gap between that reality and what you expect.
Learning to want what you already have is often way more powerful than working yourself to death to get more. So, here's a little challenge for you. The next time you're about to buy something, just pause for a second and ask yourself this. Is this purchase a tool to genuinely make my life better? Or is it a yardstick to measure myself against someone else? The answer to that question tells you everything.
So how do we fight back against that treadmill? Well, we completely reframe how we think about saving. This isn't about punishment or deprivation, it's about empowerment. Saving isn't a chore, it's you literally purchasing your own freedom dollar by dollar.
Wow, that is such a powerful way to put it, isn't it? Debt is literally selling off little pieces of your future. Every dollar you owe is a moment in the future that you've already promised to someone else. But saving does the exact opposite. And this right here is the critical mindset shift. Saving is not about delaying fun until you're old. It's about buying something incredibly valuable right now, in this moment, independence. Every dollar you put away gives you a little more control and a little less anxiety today, not just in some far-off retirement. So how do you actually make this happen? It's simple. 3 steps. 1. Treat your savings like a bill. It's non-negotiable, just like rent. 2. Automate it. Set up a transfer that happens automatically so you don't even have to think about it. And 3. Just start. It doesn't matter if it's $5. Just build the habit. Okay, this brings us to our final principle. And honestly, it might be the most powerful one of all. Once you're saving and investing, your greatest asset isn't some hot stock tip. It's time. Patience is your superpower. This fact is it's staggering. I mean, think about that for a second. The greatest investor in history made almost all of his money after he was eligible for senior discounts. Why? Because he wasn't just a good investor. He was a good investor for a really, really long time. His true genius was patience. And the magic engine behind this is something called compound interest. It's a simple idea. Your money earns returns, and then those returns start earning their own returns. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but over decades the growth becomes absolutely explosive. Just look at this simple example. You start with $100, earning 10%. After 1 year, you've got 110. Okay, cool. But look what happens after 20 years. It's not $200, it's over $670. You've earned way more from the compounding than you did from your original money. That's the power of just letting time do the heavy lifting.
And this just brings everything full circle. See, ultimate wealth isn't a number in your bank account. It's an internal state of being. It's the freedom to live life on your terms. And that comes from controlling your own mind, controlling your expectations, and being grateful for what you have right now.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. If no one else was watching, no social media, no neighbors, no one to impress, what kind of life would you actually live? What kind of car would you drive? Answering that question honestly, that's the first real step toward true financial freedom.